Coach Smith said in your induction ceremony speech that as soon as he met you, he knew you were going to be a coach and you were going to be a great coach.
And I knew what a great coach he would be.
Did you always think you would be in this seat one day eventually, or was there a different dream along the way?
Well, my dream was to play as long as I could, but at my size, most people didn't think you'd have a chance. Thank God for the ABA, decided they could play little guys. But I'll give you a funny story. When I was drafted in the NBA, I was drafted by Baltimore. The GM came to see me, and he looked at me and said, "You're smaller than I thought." And I was a little wise guy. My response to him was, "Well, why would you draft me?" And then he said to me, "How are you going to guard Oscar Robertson or Jerry West or John Havlicek? Three players that are in the Hall of Fame, all big guards." And I said to him, "Well, last time I looked in the paper, they were averaging over 30 a game. I didn't think anybody was guarding them." But I didn't sign with them. Lucky enough, I made the Olympic team. And getting back to your question, I used to read Chip Hilton books. It was written by a great coach named Claire B. And it was about a great player who lost his dad. I lost my dad when I was young. Played every sport. And he was much better than me in this book series. But he had a coach named Rockwell who coached baseball, basketball, and football and taught in the high school. That was my dream. You know, I thought after I was finished playing, whichever sport, you know, I was lucky enough to play, I'd want to be a coach, coach 3 sports, teach American history. But somewhere along the line, my path got changed, and my first head coaching job happened to be as a pro coach with Doug Moe. It was just Doug and I. We were both learning how to coach. We were coaching players our own age, some that we had played with. And, but lucky enough, my background helped me survive, and the people around me helped me get better.
How has coaching changed since you started and to what it is now?
It hadn't changed for me.
Yeah.
More coaches, players are younger. I don't think the high school coach or parents have as much influence on the kids as before. When I was a young college coach, you got to know the kids' parents, grandparents, the academic advisor, the high school coach. So when you got to sign them or have them on your in your program, you understood their behavior, why they acted a certain way. Now, you don't get to know the kids or the parents as much. You have limited contacts. High school coaches, in some cases, are not as involved. It's a little different. My kids tell me it's Generation Z, which I'm trying to get a feel for that, but I'm kind of old school, you know. I played for the greatest coaches. I don't think anybody had a better background than me. I've coached with the greatest coaches sitting next to me, you know, like Bill Self, John Calipari, Greg Popovich. I can go on and on. So, but I'm still kind of set in my ways. I'm curious where I want to learn. I'm not afraid to teach different things, but the only way I'd ever do that if I knew how to teach it. But with social media, with the pressure young kids are being put on to maybe make their parents' life better, there's a lot of things that are different, and I'm trying to learn how to deal with it.
The city of Memphis was so excited when they heard your name announced as an assistant coach, and then in your press conference, you said you felt like this was one of the best jobs in all of college basketball, and I think Memphians just exploded with excitement and love for you because you said that. As someone who's coached at Blue Blood programs, why does this rival that?
Well, I didn't take the job, not because it wasn't a great opportunity, but Coach Calipari worked with me at Kansas and then came back with me after he left the Nets to be with me in Philly when this job came open. And I told John that I thought this was as good a job as anyone in the country because the interest, the players around here, and the fact that they had unbelievable tradition. And I felt John, if anybody could do a great job at a program like this, John was the perfect fit. And I feel the same way about Penny. I felt the same way about Larry Finch, Coach Bartow. It's unique. I went to a restaurant one night with the Wilfong family. I coached, young John at SMU, and I walk into this restaurant, and these ladies are walking out, and they gave me a standing ovation.
Watch out for them.
And I figured, wow, this is even more than I thought, and I had high expectations. And then knowing who you're working for and what he means to this city and how he conducts himself, it's a pretty special place.